Okay, thank you so much for the time which has been given to me for giving a presentation about NASA company. I don't want to talk about the history or any explanation about this company. Just actually, I try to cast light on some of interesting or amusing points about this company that I'm sure they will arouse your interest definitely. At first, let me tell you that this company was founded in 1958, actually in association with the U.S. government. Number one, NASA shows it recruits the movie Armageddon as a part of training. That's a science fiction movie which is terrifying and horrifying undoubtedly, and it is about the collision of Earth with asteroid, which is a planet. The candidates are supposed to find as many scientific points as possible in the movie, but that's really difficult and tough for all of them. And most of the time they fail to find scientific points because the movie is really, let's say, frightening. Number two, NASA worked with the Speedo company in 2008 to create a swimsuit with as little drag as possible. As you know, drag comes from friction which is imposed on any object which is moving in the space or in every atmosphere. They made a swimsuit which is so ergonomics, and it is banned in many competitions. If some competitors try to use or wear this swimsuit, the competition wouldn't be fair because others wouldn't do so. Number three, one of NASA's goals is sending a manned mission to orbit Mars by 2030. Humans plan to live on Mars in the future, and that's really amusing that NASA is thinking about, let's say, orbiting Mars these days. Number four, NASA has founded a protection department in order to preserve Earth from extraterrestrials. They believe that there are some creatures in other maybe planets, and they could be hostile if they arrive in Earth, in our planet. So we need to do something, and we need to be prepared at least to preserve our planet against these creatures. Number five, it's about one of the, let's say, was one of the NASA scientists that he was the first inventor of super soaker, or let's say squirt gun or water pistol. There are all of them are names for a water gun. I know that this field has nothing to do with the scope of working of this company, NASA, but the first inventor was a member of NASA. Number six, it is not true that NASA has made a pen that writes in space, because most of the time, or let's say in all situations, astronauts try to use pencils for writing something, because when there is no gravity, it is really difficult, and let's say it's not possible to write something with the help of pens. Number seven, we actually use lots of NASA's invention every day. For example, memory foam mattresses, or let's say cordless vacuums, water filters, scratch-resistant lenses for glasses. All of these products are some, let's say, day-to-day things that we are using, but we need to know that they are all invented by NASA's people. Number eight, the Apollo 11 astronauts couldn't get any life insurance. That was about third project that the U.S. sent some of his people to the moon, and because that was really frightening for different companies, no insurance company guaranteed their life in the future. Number nine, in 1997, 3 men from Yemen prosecuted NASA because they believed Mars was theirs. They claimed that they inherited the planet from the ancestors, but their attempt failed in front of judges. Number 10, NASA will text you every time that International Space Station flies over you. That's the biggest object in the orbit, and if you, let's say, register your information in spotthistation.nasa.gov, you can get some texted when the actually satellite flies over you. Number 11, which is really interesting to me, actually NASA will pay you $15,000 if you lie in bed for 20 hours a day for 90 days. Actually, they try to measure the effects of zero gravity on your body. That's a job for everyone. And the last point, NASA has to power down its satellites when they pass over a certain part of Brazil. Because the magnetic field is so weak, they have to power down their satellites. Thank you so much. I think that was some of the beneficial and interesting points about NASA company that I gathered from watching one of the documentaries about this company.